Well, hello and welcome to the Sudoku channel. This is Oliver coming to you from y'all by the Atlantic Ocean here in Ireland, over here in the land of Europe, the EU. This is part 2 of a 2-part video. Part 1, we looked at solving this puzzle using basic Sudoku techniques and we failed. So that's why I called a halt at that stage and left it open to everybody to come up with a solution. And we're now looking at the solution, the final solution to this puzzle. Now, this was not, traditionally we use puzzles from the Telegraph newspaper, but this is one that my wife introduced me to in a Lithuanian Sudoku puzzle book, and it was a fairly evil one, to put it mildly. If you haven't seen the part 1, go back and have a look at part 1. There's a link down there in the description to part 1. Well worth having a look at it and trying it yourself. So here we are. Now we've had 2 solutions come through, one from Scott and the other one from, one from Ross and the other one from Glenn Scott. Now Ross's one has disappeared since. I will use as much as I can remember of it. I know he was looking at this one here. Now at the very end of Glenn's comments, he also mentioned this colouring and counting technique. Now that is available as well in the tutorials down below. Right, if you go down to tutorials and look at number 30, it's called Finding Single Chains Technique. Very good one. Using that method, he highlighted, amongst others, that these 2 cells were important and could be used as the basis for getting a solution. So we'll come back to that now later on. Now, Glenn, if you have a look at his one, he was able to say that this 8 was redundant and you could get rid of it. There's a couple of different ways of doing it, but one way is by using a chain. So let's do it as a chain. So if we start here and we say, if that's not an 8, then it's a 4. Then that one is not a 4. Then this one is a 4. Then that one is not a 4. It's a 3. Then that's not a 3. It's an 8. So if that's not an 8, this is an 8. Go back the other way. If it's not an 8, it's a 3. Then that is not a 3. It's a 4. Then that is not a 4. And if that's not a 4, then that is a 4. Then that is not a 4, it's an 8. So either way, either that one there or that one there will be an 8, and so we can get rid of this 8 here. So that was partial solution. He needed another chain after that, but just I'd like to break over now to what Scott was doing at one stage. He was saying, suppose this one here is a 3. Now I think he made a mistake in his logic after that, but let's just suppose this is a 3, and I'm going to color it orange if it's a 3. If that's a 3, then this one is not a 3, but this one is a 3. If that's a 3, this one is not a 3. If that's not a 3, it must be a 4. And if that's a 4, this is not a 4, it must be an 8. Okay, now if we take that as being true, so that's an 8, this one is not an 8. That's a 3, this one is not an 8. And if you look now at this row here, there are no 8s. Therefore, this one cannot be set to a 3. That cell must be set to an 8. So let's start off there setting that one to an 8. We set this equal to a 3, and that doesn't seem to get us anywhere else. However, if we look over here in this house, there are only 2 3s, and so that's a pointing pair, which means we can get rid of this 3 here. Now at this stage, Glenn, you came in with a very nice chain, but a bit complicated. It started off here. Not a 9, it's a 6. Not a 6, it's a 4. Not a 4, it's a 4. It's not a 3, then this must be a 3. So if that's not a 9, this is a 3. And that means this is not a 9. But suppose this was a 9, well, this will be not a 9 anyway. So whether this is a 9 or not a 9, we can't have a 9 here. We can get rid of that, and then we start off over here with the 9 over here. Now, not everybody likes chains, even though I love them. So there's another possible way of finishing this one off instead of using that chain. I'll just show it to you here now. If we look at these cells, that one, that one, that one, and this one, we've got a 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6. Now, if you end up with 4 cells like that are exactly the same, that is illegal in a classical Sudoku. And again, there is a tutorial down below. It's number 26. Have a look at that and that will explain why. But basically, if you have 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6, you'll end up with two virtually identical solutions, and you can only have one solution for Sudoku puzzles. That's why it becomes illegal. And the only way to stop that is by either making this one a 3 or this one a 3. Now, if either one of those is a 3, then in the house we can't have a 3 here, and in the column we can't have a 3 up there. So let's get rid of those two 3s first. Now we have an 8, 6, 8, 6, which is a conjugate pair, which means we can get rid of the 8 here, making that a 7 and that an 8. And as they say, the rest is history. Everything should fall apart at this stage. Now down here in the last row, there's only a single 2 there, so we'll take that 2 while it's going free. 3 there, 4 here, 3 up here. Just have to keep your eyes peeled to see where the the solutions are already there in a cell. Well, over here we have another conjugate pair, 6, 9, 6, 9 for the column, so you can't have a 6 or a 9 here, which makes that a 3. Now there's another conjugate pair here, 6, 9, 6, 9, so for the final row here you can't have a 6 here and you can't have a 6 here. So let's get rid of those two 6s, and we can also get rid of the 9, which means this is a 1 and this is a 4, and that should be the end of any unusual techniques. It should just work its way through everything now. So although it was, and I do think it was a bit of an evil puzzle, not easy, evil puzzle. Thank you for your solutions, and I think combining them all, we ended up with a fairly nice solution. Not too difficult. It was nice to get rid of the chain there, because that second chain was a bit difficult. Not many people would see that, so fair dues to you, Glenn, for seeing it. I hadn't seen it, I'll be honest with you. I had this other one, the impossible rectangle. Oh, sorry, I'm finished. Okay, look, that's it. Okay, folks, thanks for watching. It's coming up to Christmas, so I might as well be honest with you. It's unlikely that I'm going to get another one done between now and the new year, so I probably won't see you until the new year again. So I want to wish you all a very happy and peaceful Christmas, and that the new year will bring your dreams come true. Now, there is a chance that I might be twiddling my thumbs on some day with nothing to do, in which case I will do another puzzle, one from the Telegraph newspaper this time. So if you want to be informed automatically when that comes out, be sure and be subscribed and click the bell. Don't forget comments, always like comments, and thumbs up whenever you can. So that's it. Slán Tamil.